I'm standing here with Steffen, and you are the CEO of Beta Dwarf. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really great.
Awesome. So we're going to come and talk to you about Forest. Can you tell us about Forest?
I can tell you about Forest. It's like a 1 to 4 player cooperative game, and the whole idea of it is to make a really cool cooperative experience. So what we did there is like we made a reverse football. Yeah. So that is like instead of kicking a ball, you call it, and that's what the players do, and that's how they interact in the environment to pick up power-ups and so on. And then we took that cool mechanic and combined it with like an RPG gladiator system. Yeah.
Can you give me a quick demo? It looks kind of like Diablo.
Yeah, it looks like Diablo on the surface, but then it has like actually, yeah, okay, I'm gonna show it in single player, but usually I should have obviously have shown it in co-op, but it's too hard to control two of them at the same time. And I'm just gonna skip the tutorial here. So. Yeah, this is the little orb fellow up here, and you can simply just call it, and then it goes to a point. You can also wear it on your head, like this, then it just flows with you. And eventually you become really good friends with it. So now we just go down to like an arena, and that's what you're fighting for in the game. It is to win your freedom. Yeah, the freedom, just like the Gladiator movie with Russell Crowe. Yeah.
Right, but pixelated.
Yeah, pixelated a little, right? Sharp resolution almost.
So what makes your game different than anybody else's?
It's definitely the small orb. And the controls are, when you say it looks like Diablo is like point and click.
Yes.
But in this game, you move with a WSD or dual stick controllers.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that makes it like a little bit more action evasion based.
Right.
Yeah, so you can see now here I'm just using the orb to interact with the environment and lighting all these shrines, which triggers certain events and so on.
It's an interesting call and respond kind of dynamic. That's fascinating.
Yeah. And now you can see creeps don't really like that I turn on their lights, so they come to fight me.
Those are some pretty ugly creeps, I have to say.
Yeah, they are really, really ugly. And you can notice these small white dots. I apply them with my basic attack, and if I right-click, I make them fly, basically. I kick them. So the more dots, the more damage.
More dots!
More dots. And you can also see here that I use the orb to pick up power-ups. This is like a healing that I just pick up, and then it heals me for a certain time.
Fascinating. So where'd you get the idea for the orb?
Well, we were researching what we could do with like player shared resources, and then we were thinking like, let's make a game with shared health. And then I introduced it to the team, and they said, Steffen, that's a horrible idea. And then I went back and sort of considered something else that was more visual. And then we made this one. And everybody on the team sort of shares it. So if there's 4 players, those 4 players will share this single orb. And in that way, people are just screaming and communicating while they play. Call the orb, and shit, you're a griefer, and things like that.
So typical gamer stuff.
Yeah.
So how does it work with 4 players and 1 orb?
It works well. Where it really shines is in 2 and 3 player games, because when there's 4 players, there's lots of stuff going on, so you have to be really good.
Right.
And we recommend players to try 2 or single or 3 player first. So 4 players for the pros.
I see. So the more people you have, the more complicated it gets.
Yeah, precisely.
Right, because you only have one thing to fight from. Okay.
Oh, success.
Success.
Yeah,
2 minutes and 4 seconds. Nice.
And this was like the first trial, and let me go ahead and show you briefly how another trial looks like, because that's where you sort of, where it becomes more puzzle oriented. For example, here in Vandalism. Vandalism, you have to turn the orb into a bomb, and that's all. Yeah, that people sort of get a shock when they do that. So you can see now it's really evil looking, almost like a jellyfish with you know, the ones that burn.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you have to maneuver it into these stages and explode them. And down here in the right corner, that's a good example of where you really have to maneuver it carefully. Let's see here. And then I sort of have to get it through here and down here. So I'm gonna go ahead.
You have to angle yourself so you can.
I'm just gonna. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm doing.
All right.
And call.
Oh, nice.
Like that,
oh,
yeah.
Wow. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
I see. So, okay.
And then I'm not gonna do this.
So what's the feedback on this so far? How's the convention responding to it?
People really like it, and we have like these 2,500 pre-orders already, so people are playing it in a closed beta. And we've been to even festivals, like with drunken people who have tested it out, so we sort of think that it's kind of intuitive when drunken people are able to play it. But they don't really get that far, but at least they understand it.
Right, that's important.
So I think that's what we are going to test people, or test our games on in the future.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
That can't go wrong in any way.
No. Except for when they pour beer on your systems and things like that.
Well,
But that's a minor thing.
that's only minor.
Minor, yeah.
The real question is, do they get the game?
Precisely, and that's kind of a digital thing.
I like your priorities.
And yeah, so
Neat. So it's kind of like almost like a version of pinball, kind of.
yeah,
But reverse.
yeah,
Neat.
very neat. Unfortunately, you can't see it while we play too, but it really is fun when you have to cooperate about maneuvering it.
I'll bet.
Yeah, you see these ones are spitting, and they're really annoying because they flee whenever they have sort of thrown their evil slime at you.
Do you have a CC? Just one basic attack.
Yeah. There's like these skill trees, so I can't remember the cheat codes, how lame is that, but if I could have shown you a lot of different skills.
Got it.
And now my development team will probably laugh at me when I cut home, but we made a lot of cheat codes and I simply can't remember. So whenever I want to show off the game in a more spectacular way, they think I'm a noob.
It's okay. I actually am a noob, so you can blame me. It's all
Okay,
right.
okay.
Blame the girl.
Blame the girl.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. So this is a haste shrine. You can see I'm running really fast now, and even the orb is also, which is just such a relief because you're running slow normally. I can go ahead and show another class. So there's also this strategical element, because when you go to a trial, you end up in this hall of preparation where you're sort of told to consider your tactics. And there's these 4 different weapons to choose from. There's the bow, and each of them has their own skill trees, which you unlock over time, kind of like most RPGs, right? And it goes kind of like on the Diablo system, the new one. So the way you sort of spec your character is not a passive or a permanent choice. You can constantly try to experiment with the different combinations.
So delightful. So you can really customize it then.
Yeah, precisely. It is indeed delightful.
I'm noticing that full customization of the character that the players play is becoming the center force for a lot of game developers. Is it really something that calls you guys to the direction that your game goes in, or is it something that's kind of like ancillary and then you have another focus?
Yeah, well, but I think it's also a decision that we made because we played Diablo 2, for example, and we didn't really, of course we enjoyed it, but we didn't really like the idea that you have to sort of plan for making fireballs the rest or the next 80 hours.
Right.
We wanted to let players like experiment like they do in Diablo 3, and I think that's a good step for experimentation.
Yeah.
But it's always a balance, because you also want people to sort of invest in your character and feel that they're building something unique, right? But yeah, I think no one has really found the right solution to do that yet. Maybe World of Warcraft, where you sort of have to buy a new respec at some point, but it didn't really fit this game. We wanted people to customize their characters all the time.
Right, so there's a nice fluidity to it.
Yeah, it is.
Because it seems like there's so many different modes that you have to kind of have a fluidity, otherwise it would be like, well, I'm kind of stuck doing this one thing over and over and over.
And also because it's so co-op emphasized, you notice these small dots again, these marks. For example, the ninja guy with the 2 blades, he's able to stack them up really fast, and then, for example, I can use them much more violently with this character.
That was awesome.
And then each player has like 8 active skills, and you can customize those to really sort of benefit each other, so you make combos together.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah. Also notice this cool shrine that blows them away. There's like hit the wall damage also. Stuns.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's not very fast. He's
No.
got a big old sword.
Yeah, he's an old brawler, but he hits really hard.
This is a great game.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So you said development for 8 months, is that correct?
We have been doing this for 2 years.
I lied then, it was 2 years, all right.
I mean, when we started out, we really sucked at making games, so we decided that if we're going to do this, we have to do it really right. And then we basically were 8 guys skipping our apartments. Then we moved together in a small house, and we basically stayed there for almost 2 years.
And do you have a release date yet?
In 2 months, hopefully, but we have to get greenlit first. And right now we're like rank 50 and on the rise, but it might take a few months, but we just need some support and a lot of votes. And Greenlight is obviously on Steam, so yeah, if anybody wants to help us with that, it's on forcethegame.com.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah, here comes the last boss from this level. He has like a shield and doesn't really take that much damage from the front, and then he regenerates and buffs all the other characters.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's good in co-op to sort of have another character that can go behind him.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. I'm really good at this game.
I didn't notice.
No, okay.
It's almost like you helped make it or something.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, I have had a finger or two in the game, but man, I should really have prepared some cheat codes so I could show off all the boss levels.
It's okay. This is beautiful, and this was a great demonstration. So thank you.
No problem. It was great.
Yeah, thank you. So Steam is where they can help fund and get the game greenlit. All right.
Steam Greenlight, or just go through our webpage, which is forcethegame.com. And maybe I can show it here. It's like this underline here. forcethegame.com. Thanks.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Steffen, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome.